Hey there, space enthusiasts and curious minds. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered about our cosmic companion, the moon? It's been there for billions of years, silently watching over us. But what if one day it just vanished? Today, we're diving into a wild scenario. What would happen if the moon disappeared? Buckle up, because things are about to get cosmic. Let's start with the basics. The moon isn't just a pretty light in the sky. It plays a crucial role in Earth's systems. First up, tides. The moon's gravitational pull is the main force behind our ocean tides. Without the moon, tides would be much weaker. They'd still exist because of the sun's gravity, but they'd be about 1/3 as strong. This might not sound like a big deal, but it is. Tidal zones are important ecosystems. Many species rely on the rhythm of tides for survival. Imagine all the tide pools disappearing. Fish, crabs, and other sea creatures would face a massive change. But that's just the beginning. The moon also stabilizes Earth's axial tilt. Right now, Earth tilts at about 23.5 degrees. This tilt gives us our seasons. Without the moon, Earth's tilt could vary wildly over time. We could see swings from 0 to 85 degrees. Think about that for a second. At 0 degrees, we have no seasons at all. At 85 degrees, we have extreme seasons. One side of the planet would face the sun for months at a time. The other side would be plunged into darkness. Our climate would become unpredictable and chaotic. Let's talk about days. The moon is actually slowing down Earth's rotation. Without it, our days would get shorter. We'd spin faster and faster. Eventually, a day might only last 6 to 12 hours. Can you imagine trying to sleep when night only lasts 3 hours? Our entire concept of time would change. Now, let's consider the night sky. Without the moon, our nights would be much darker. The moon reflects sunlight, giving us that soft glow we're used to. Nocturnal animals would struggle to adapt. Humans might feel more isolated and disconnected from nature. Our folklore and culture would change dramatically. Think about all the stories, songs, and art inspired by the moon. But it's not all bad news. Astronomers might be happy. With no moon, the night sky would be clearer for observing distant stars and galaxies. We might make new discoveries about the universe. Let's consider how the moon's disappearance might affect Earth's orbit. The moon and Earth orbit a common center of mass. Without the moon, Earth's orbit around the sun might become less stable. We could drift closer to or farther from the sun. This could cause major changes in our climate. Imagine if we drifted too close to the sun. We could end up like Venus, with a runaway greenhouse effect. Speaking of orbits, let's talk about space debris. The moon acts like a shield, protecting Earth from some asteroids and comets. Without it, we'd be more vulnerable to impacts. We might see more frequent meteor showers. While beautiful, this could pose a greater risk to our satellites and spacecraft. Now, let's consider the long-term effects on life. Evolution on Earth has been shaped by the moon's presence. Many animals use the moon for navigation or timing their breeding cycles. Sea turtles, for example, lay their eggs based on lunar cycles. Without the moon, these creatures would need to adapt quickly or face extinction. Humans would face challenges too. Our bodies are attuned to the lunar cycle. Some studies suggest the moon affects our sleep patterns. Without it, we might see changes in our circadian rhythms. Let's not forget about agriculture. Many farmers still use lunar cycles to plan their planting and harvesting. The moon's disappearance would force us to rethink our agricultural practices. On a lighter note, werewolves would be out of a job. But seriously, our culture and mythology would need major revisions. Imagine rewriting all those books, movies, and songs that mention the moon. Now, you might be wondering, could the moon actually disappear? The short answer is no, not naturally. The moon is massive and bound to Earth by gravity. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. But this thought experiment helps us appreciate how important the moon is. So there you have it, folks. The moon's disappearance would change life on Earth dramatically. From our days and seasons to our tides and climate, the effects would be far-reaching. It's a reminder of how interconnected our cosmic neighborhood is. Next time you look up at the moon, take a moment to appreciate our celestial partner. What do you think would be the biggest change if the moon vanished? Share your thoughts in the comments below.